Alright YouTube, this is ship review number 4 so far, and I really do like this ship. This one's called the War Chain. It is a level 25. You have to be level 25 to build it, and it is the first ship that I got that actually has a shield generator. So you can see in there it was a little bit of stuff to make. It is able getting closer, so it has a nice big cargo door on the back, or a access hatch. It has one on the back, and it also has one up here on the top side. So if you want to park a small vessel inside of it or a hovercraft, you can land them in there, and that's kind of fun. So anyway, land this little vessel and we'll look around the ship a little bit. Alright, so again, this one has a gravity generator, thankfully, because it wouldn't be able to move. It has elevators on both ends, which is kind of cool. This area is just mostly for show. There's no there's nothing really fancy up here that I can do, but it's just kind of a neat little area. They put the pentaxid tank and the warp drive up here. You can see that, and it's got enough distance to keep me from getting in the radiation, so that's pretty good. Then it has another little engine room kind of compartment over here. Now you're in the engine wash right there, so you do take you will get a heat stroke. I'm too hot, I could have got heat stroke, or it'll pass you out and then you die. So be very careful if you walk in there. Now this switch opens the back door or closes it, and on this side I think this is the one that does the top. Yeah, so that will open that for you, but it doesn't really matter because it has sensors. So if you fly your ship up there, or if you use your jump jets and take your person up there, it'll open up for you. So that's pretty cool. Now your storage container, and I believe these were assigned correct. No, actually I had to figure out which one was which. I remember that. So storage container for this one is right here, and I picked the 248Ks because this ship has a whole bunch of storage containers. It has ammo boxes, it had these 2 containers, and then it had some 16K containers. Anyway, I picked the 48K, and then I actually, on this one over here, I found it on the list, which is in the devices here, and I went ahead and changed the name. Whoops, oh man. Put it back to that. Ah, crap. So, went ahead and changed the name to Container 48K Constructor 2 so that I knew which one on the list. That way I knew which one on the list was the one. So, I don't even know where all these other containers are. They're all around the ship. There's one right here. It's a 16K. They're all over the place. So anyway, this thing has an O2 station. It has a repair station where you could repair your armor if it was damaged, or your drills or your guns or whatever. But it also has an armor locker right through that door. And if you take your armor off and put it in your inventory, this also has a repair station. And one of the nice things they did for you is if your armor is not at least halfway down, it won't just automatically repair. And the big reason for that is if you look down the description there, it tells me durability in the middle, kind of top middle there, and it tells you how many repairs you have left. So you don't want to repair your armor till it's kind of beat up, so you don't have to make more. But it's really, at this stage of the game, it's really not hard to make light armor. It's really, I think, for the medium and the heavy armors that you find around, which I don't personally have right now, but those would be, you can't make those as far as I've been able to figure out from these tools here. Weapons, the only armor I can see is light armor, so I don't know if you can ever make them or upgrade them or anything. Like in the other weapons, you can kind of make a little bit better pistol and a little bit better this, and if you have the right stuff, but it doesn't appear you can make any other armor, so you're just going to have to find that around or buy it from a vendor if you can find the vendor that has it. Anyway, so and then on the other side of the bottom floor, it has a medical bay, and looky there, it has all the different things, so you don't ever have to pick these up and figure out what medical station you need at the time. Here's another. That's probably just the backside, I think. Yep, that's the same controller. All right, so now out this way, turned on my jump jet so I don't just fall. Out that way is a little access ramp. When you land on the ground on a planet, you can actually get to that one, so that's kind of cool. You can get to the back one too, so that's kind of cool. I actually have a couple ships where you can't get in them if you take them down to a planet. You need to leave them in the atmosphere and use your small vessel to transport yourself back and forth to the ship. So anyway, there's jump jets off. So there's another set of stairs here, and up here it came with a couple of bedrooms, and then it also has a grow area that was by default. I didn't have to do this. You do have to put whatever seeds you want down, so, but I put, and then it has 2 refrigerators, and whoops, I ate that, and now I got indigestion. That's not good. I meant to transfer it over here. So anyway, you can make energy bars. You can make all kind of good stuff in these food processors, but I haven't really messed with it too much. I tried a little bit. It just seems to me the energy bars are pretty sustainable, pretty easy to make. Look how much plant protein I have off these different ships now. I'm gonna have a hard time ever going through that. So here we go, the food processor here, and I'm just gonna make 100 protein bars, and that'll be fine. They'll be sitting in the fridge waiting on me. Now, it says I have 26 minutes of indigestion, so I'm going to go back downstairs because that can turn into some bad stuff. Not even sure which one of these. There it is. That's the station that takes care of it. So, indigestion, right? So, you don't want to let that just sit on you if you can help it, because it'll turn into something nasty. All right. Now, again, up here, there's that stuff, and then up on the last level that you can get to is 2 basically rooms. So there's a shower in case you get radiation poisoning. There's beds. There is, you know, I don't think the TV does anything, obviously, but that's kind of neat. And then just across the way is pretty much a duplicate one. So I guess if you were role playing, you and your buddy, you can have your friends on your game, so you and your buddy could claim this is my room and that's your room or whatever. So but anyway, this is a pretty well designed ship. I only had to add a little bit of stuff to it. So if you come in here, this is basically up the first set of stairs. Here's the hangar. I know I'm kind of walking all around crazy, but you come in the hangar, you go up the first set of stairs, around to the left, and here is your elevator. And this elevator brings you finally to the greatest part of the ship, the part where I get to try it out. So, this ship it doesn't have the greatest responsiveness when it comes to a mouse. So I typically end up picking up my Xbox controller that I bought for PC, and that helps you steer these big ships a little faster. The only one that, like, so far has had really good responsiveness is that factory ship. So anyway, but this one has a few little toys for you. So you have missiles, and they have a pretty long, see how it's telling me wait down there, they have a pretty long time. And then the lasers, you can continually fire them. It has a scanner device, and then I went ahead and put on a single drill. You can see it shooting out there in space doing nothing. Let's see, let's get angled towards asteroid. And just in case any of my friends ever wanted to play with me, I also put on a tool turret. So so far not much luck. I had one buddy join a game for a little while, but so again, with the built-in lasers, or that laser, your best bet as far as I'm concerned is to use first-person mode, and then you can come in close and kind of drill it like that, right? Alternatively, on this ship I have the drill turret and the multi-turret. So the drill turret, I'm going to just show off. I honestly prefer the drill turrets. They just, I mean, just look how fast it goes right through. Now, the one bad thing about them is you kind of have to reposition your ship a lot if you didn't come in at a good angle. So that's why it's kind of, when I first come into it, I'll come in like this and basically place my ship right about as low as I can get on an asteroid. And then, but you'll have to figure out your favorite way. And then I can pretty much reach an asteroid from top to bottom, unless it's like really, really big. So, and you can see this one just doesn't have a whole lot of copper in it anymore. I went through it. So, but anyway, that to me, the tool turret is a lot quicker. The drawback is if you get attacked while you're doing that, then you have to remember what key to push to get out of that and get moving around. So the last thing about this ship is it is actually able to do a little combat. So I'm prefacing it with a little, because in a different galaxy I ran into a dreadnought and I thought, oh man, I've got this shield generator and I've got all these weapons, and we're going to give this a try. And it didn't damage my ship because I saw that I needed to run and fight another day. But it, the dreadnought had me down to 20% shield in about 3 seconds. So I ran for my life. And yeah. So anyway, there's but as far as this, like this Empyrion class fighter, pretty sure I've already kind of disabled that, so there's no guns to fire at me. It's a little bit of a drive over there, so forgive me for that, but it'll only take a second. So I don't know, I guess I would just say that you want to save the game when you're approaching a new ship, and if you really get it handed to you, make sure you go back to the previous load and then avoid that ship on this one. That's again kind of why I was working my way. This is going to take me a while, but I really want to try out this this one here. It seems like the most reasonable. These other ones look really cool, but man, that's going to take me a whole long time to get enough materials to do that. So anyway, looks like this frigate has rebuilt its engines or something. I'm pretty sure I had it disabled completely, but sneak up on him. Kind of hard to do that in a big old ship like this. And so once you have a ship disabled, you still have to go inside and destroy the core to be able to take all of the good materials off of it. And there's a whole lot of aliens in here. I tried to mess with it in a previous game, and it was kind of a bad experience for me. So I need to go back down and do some more of the storyline and get some better equipment and better weapons before I'm diving too hard into this stuff. But I will, I'll do that at some point. Seems to be moving, so I guess the engine's... And unfortunately with these large vessels, you can see I'm doing like 100 meters per second. I don't think it ever fixes that as far as feet. It might be miles, but I don't think so. Because when I change that in the settings, that never deviated. So I think it's meters per second that shows on the heads-up display in the top right. But we are almost there, closing fast. And of course, if you played through any of the games so far, this is Xerax. Basically, they start your enemy, and there doesn't seem to be much you can do about that. If you don't get in any engagements with them, you'll see a little plus 25 to your reputation down in the bottom left corner near the stat bars. However, if you look at, I'm hostile to them with 1,100 out of 6,000 towards fully hostile. So it would take a heck of a long time to go through hostile, and I forget what's unfriendlies after that, and then neutral, and then friendly. So basically there's just no way to reverse that I can think of. But I think if you play the storyline, you can actually play as Xerax and get their point of view, kind of like, I don't know that I even care, because all they've ever done, if you're on the planet, they attack you a lot. They attack your base, and so anyway, there's here is that frigate. Let's see if it's... I'm gonna slow down real quick. It does look like it's dead in the water, but it seemed to be moving when I was far away. Anyway, so my ship won't do any kind of damage to this at all, because I've already pretty much broken it down. You can manually shoot at it. I just don't see the point until I mean, I guess that it's possible that I could, whoops, blow the ship open and all that, but I don't really know if that works, and I don't want to waste a whole bunch of my laser or my missiles to find out. So anyway, that, ladies and gentlemen, is the War Chain. I do like this ship a lot. It's kind of ready for action, but that space station that was over here, wherever it went, should have went to that first. Orbital production, quite a ways away. This thing can actually just take out all the guns on it, no problem. You're going to lose a little bit of shield, but I have not had to do any surface repairs on this ship yet, so it's decent enough. Just kind of stay in your lane and know that you can't attack everything with it at this moment. So anyway, I hope you've enjoyed the reviews. There's more to come.